opportunity, Your Excellency, to appreciate the CEOs of Free Zone Enterprises for their continued faith in Ghana. We hope there will be good ambassadors in promoting Ghana to their colleagues who are thinking of an investment destination to choose Ghana. Your Excellency, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my vision for the Free Zones Authority, which I hope the board will buy into, is to change the face of Ghana Free Zone Authority in the eyes of our valued investors and market Ghana as a destination of choice for investments that have the potential to generate export.
And so there can be no better testimony for us to show the president that this is already happening. And so when we talk about a one park, one region, that's every park, every one, it means that that's a possibility. And we hope that this is where the country will be moving to in the next couple of years. On behalf of the Ghana Free Zones Authority and on behalf of the company, His Excellency the President, welcome. Thank you very much.
As a company, we drive positive social and environmental change in our supply chain. As a government, you can create an enabling environment to make our impact even bigger. And I want to thank you for this assurance and the focus that your government places on the creating business, good business environment. Thank you for that. The continuous improvement of the business and investment climate in Ghana is clearly high on the priority list of the cabinet. For that, I would like to thank you again. We have seen a notable improvement in the operating environment, including but not limited to a stable supply of power, which enables us to run our machines with minimal interruptions. Declining inflation rates coupled with stability in exchange rates in recent times is a welcome development. The paperless POS system and digital address system, which if well implemented, should positively impact the business landscape of the country. The completion and staffing of the Free Zones Board offices in the Enclave. It is our hope that this office will be fully equipped to cater for all the transactional needs of the Free Zone companies of the Enclave to improve the speed of doing business.
The whole concept of the Free Zones Board was set up to fulfill a really important strategic objective of Ghanaian public policy, to assist in the transformation of our economy. Ours, for over a century, has been an economy that is dependent on the production and export of raw materials, in fact, principally of cocoa. It has served us in the past, but it is obvious that it cannot serve us in the future. And therefore, the measures that have to be put in place to transform that economy are now the really strategic decisions and measures that our country has to undertake, which was brought in to help mobilize a diversified export portfolio for Ghana, is a critical part of it. I want to take the opportunity and the occasion to thank especially Barry Kaibo, who were the pioneers and who have continued to stick with the Free Zones concept in Ghana. The Ghanaian people are grateful to you for your continuing confidence and interest in the development of our economy. In so saying, I hope you don't mind if I also make yet another appeal to you. Currently, the value that our farmers get from their cocoa products is a relatively small part of the value chain of the cocoa industry. There's some simple facts. For instance, in 2015, Ghana and Cote d'Ivoire were responsible for 65% of the world's production of cocoa. Gained from their activities somewhere to the region of 5.75 billion United States dollars. I think it was $3.3 billion for Cote d'Ivoire, 2.75 for Ghana, something in this, but roughly in aggregate, 5 5.75 billion United States dollars. And yet the cocoa market, chocolate market, in 2015 was worth some 100 billion United States dollars. So that the farmers whose output make possible the industry get a relatively small part of the value chain. $5.75 billion against 100 billion. 100 billion is what? 5.75%. That's not right. And it is time that that equation and those statistics change. How can they change? They can change by putting in the measures and the policies that would allow much more of the value-added activity of the cocoa industry to take place here in Ghana. Barry Kaibo has already taken the lead in exporting cocoa butter and liquor from here. The next step up is then to be producing chocolate out of Ghana. And we believe that that is feasible. That the time has come for government, companies like Barry Kaibo to sit down and see how that can come about so that we would earn a much greater share of the value chain of the cocoa industry.